Hi everyone, and happy Wednesday. This is Heidi with Floyd County Conservation from somewhere in Floyd County. And we've been getting a lot of calls at the office today, especially since we changed our header photo on our Facebook page about whether or not the wildflowers are blooming or if the bluebells were blooming or any of them. So I thought we'd come here to the Tosanak Recreation Area, and I am down on the south end, which is by the Oxbow, which is typically full of bluebells when they're at their peak. And I thought we'd take a little sneak peek and see what of the wildflowers are blooming. Let me turn you around here. So it is so nice out today, and it's so nice to be getting to see some of the things green up, and not to have the wind blowing so cold around us. So as you can see, some of the wildflowers are just starting to open up. So the first one I see is this one right here. This white flower is anemone. And as we get further in, it's the anemone show right now. You can see that there are white flowers just blooming everywhere. The bluebells are up. Here's the bluebells right here. And you can see they're up and they're starting to get their buds, but they have not started to show their true colors yet. So right now it's all about the anemones. The other flower that is blooming is this small little pink one right here. And that is spring beauty. You can see it has the 5 petals, and if you look closely on them, you can see that those petals have hot pink stripes on them. So that's the easy way to tell spring beauty. So just casually looking around the woods, I would say a majority of the flowers out right now that are open are the anemones and the spring beauties. But we'll take a little walk here and see what other flowers might have popped up so far this spring. We're almost to the Oxbow, and there were some geese making noise and welcoming me here when I first got here, so we'll see if we can see them on the water. You can see in front all of the anemones that are blooming and the bluebells that are popping up and getting ready to take their turn, so to speak. And all of these flowers get an early start in the woods because this is the one time of the year when they can get the most sunlight. As these leaves get bigger and they'll start to shade out the ground, the spring wildflowers have to be all done gathering their energy, producing seeds or tubers or however they produce more plants, and then they will disappear until next year. You can see the Oxbow with its water in it. An Oxbow is a part of the river that is connected to the river during high water. Otherwise, it's a separate kind of like pond structure that runs right beside the water. It's a great backwater spot for nesting waterfowl. Let's see what other flowers we can see popping up here. I don't know if the live is doing justice to all of the anemones that you can see spread out. And the bluebells that are starting to come up, but they haven't. If you'd like to see the bluebells later, we will be having an open house here at the Tosanak Recreation Area on Sunday, May 7th. And that will be a time that you can come out, and we'll have rides down to the Oxbow area to check out the wildflowers. And we'll also have all of the cabins and lodges open. So if you've been thinking about making a reservation for a weekend getaway or a family reunion or birthday party, you can take a peek inside and see what they're like, and you can even make your reservation at that time if you'd like to. So it's going to go from 1 to 4 on Sunday, May 7th. And as we get to the beginning of May, that's when everything will open. Our campgrounds will open for the season on Friday, May 5th, and the Fossil and Prairie Center will open for the season on Saturday, May 6th. So staff is getting really busy these next 2 weeks. I'm getting everything all cleaned and set and mowed and ready for all of our visitors to come and see what Floyd County has to offer. Here you can see some of the bluebells are starting to open, but still not their peak. There's a couple other spring wildflowers that I've seen in other parts of the park on some field trips that we've had. It is field trip season, and so we've had some here to the Tosanak Recreation Area looking for spring wildflowers and migrating birds and that kind of stuff. And then we also have started them at the Fossil and Prairie Center for fossil hunting and the history of the Rockford brick and tile. So it's a great time for kids to get outside after a long winter of being in the classroom and yet still learning. But shh, don't tell them. I don't think they figured that out yet. So we will just venture a little further. There are some painted lady butterflies that I've seen fluttering around, and a couple bees have even buzzed by. So they're probably happy that there is a food source opening up for them. If you'd like to look for wildflowers in some of our other areas, I would recommend Mathers Woods, which is just southeast of Norris Springs. Wentlands Woods would be another one, which is north of Charles City, or the Riverbend Wildlife Area, which is in the town of Charles City along the Cedar River. So if you have an opportunity to get outside, now is a beautiful time with everything turning green, the wildflowers are blooming, and it's just a great time to get a dose of vitamin N, which should be vitamin nature. So hope to see you on May 7th, and I will see you again from somewhere else in Floyd County. Have a great day. Bye.